We've seen inconsistencies in player availability all season long, whether it's health and safety protocols, injuries, rest. But how much concern do we have about it in Brooklyn with the new Big Three that's newly minted playing together for the first time
They
this
have
season?
zero concern. And today, you're right, it won't be any KD, it won't be any Kyrie. It won't put any gray in the beard of James Harden. He's going to embrace this. It's going to be he versus Luka, mano a mano. We might as well have a wagers game tonight.
We should.
Who's going to have the most points, rebound, and assists? Play at home, because that's what today's game is going to be about. And so not missing Kyrie is not a panic situation, because they understand that they have a long-term goal, as Malika just talked about.
Let's talk about James Harden then, Paul Pierce, because during the 8-game winning streak, he's almost averaging a triple-double. Like, we've seen some of the best play. We wondered how he would change his game and fit into Brooklyn's process. What have you seen from him so far this season, especially when he's missing 2 stars alongside him?
Well, I've seen a guy that's jumped up and elevated to MVP status in my eyes right now. He is the MVP in the league as of today. No, as of today. I mean, they're on a 7-8 game winning streak, and we've seen what the Beard has been able to do, elevate not only himself, but his teammates. The Nets are 1 game away from being in the top seed in the Eastern Conference. I don't see why we don't talk about this guy being an MVP, even though he does have Kyrie, even though he does have KD. But you got to remember, he's only played 7 games with those guys. They haven't had an 8-game winning streak all year long. And think about it, they've done this without KD. And so James Harden, to me, in my eyes, is the MVP as of today. Now, these things can change. You know, it goes week by week. But today, because of the numbers, because of the winning and how he's done it, today he's MVP.
Listen, I think Paul there's a real case to be had for that. When Brooklyn traded for James Harden, I think there were a lot of people who thought he would be a luxury with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. He has turned out to be a necessity, and here's especially why. The role he has taken over as playmaker, and he has done something that Kyrie Irving did not do in that role as point guard, and that's elevate his teammates. Joe Harris, Landry Shamet, Bruce Brown, those guys are playing at a much higher level, and I know this, in that locker room, they absolutely love playing with James Harden, and having Kyrie Irving off the ball has really benefited the broader group in Brooklyn.
Terrific point, Woj. It wasn't that Kyrie did not do, it's he doesn't have the ability to do. That's where James comes in. That's a terrific point. I've said this a couple of years ago. James Harden is the most unique offensive weapon that this league has seen. He's the only player at some point of his career, that's going to lead the league in a season in total points, total assists, free throws made, and/or 3-pointers made. That's a unique offensive weapon, the most unique this game has seen.
And you talk about his player or teammates playing even better. He leads the league in assist opportunities. His teammates are shooting 55% off of his passes. I mean, Uncle P, you're waving the flag for him to be MVP right now.
Well, as of today, it can change now.
He keeps trying to put that caveat in there. But when Kevin Durant comes back to the court and these two are able to play together after we've seen what Harden is able to do, I mean, what does this team look like when you have KD and Harden playing at the level that we're seeing him play right now?
I mean, this is a dangerous team. You talk about 3 guys who you can go to down the stretch in close ball games. And we know come playoff games, you got guys, it comes down to the last minutes, and you got 3 guys who you can go through. They can not only get their own shot and create for others, they can get to the free throw line and knock it down with consistency. That's what makes them so dangerous, because if one of your stars is off, a lot of teams can afford to have one of their stars off that night, and they can. And they have other guys that can pick them up, a la Kyrie, KD, or Harden, whichever one is off that night. But since I've been watching them, I haven't seen none of them off at any point.
Yeah, and we talked about it. They've only played 7 games together, but right now the Nets lead the league in offensive efficiency, so it's been impressive.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.